So the old man is turning 50 now, and Kit reached out to me and suggested that I might want to put a little bit of a video message together for you, given the fact that I can't be there in person because of the ongoing zombie apocalypse. So pardon my huffing and my panting. I'm up on top of the mountain behind our house at the moment, on my morning walk. So I thought, what better spot than to reach out and say g'day. So Jeff, I'm not going to praise and honor you for all the achievements that you've accomplished over the years, be it your world-class or your world record-breaking adventures, be it your business prowess, be it your love of your family and your strong faith. You've got friends and family that are eminently more qualified to comment on those than I. So what I will do, mate, is I'd like to take a couple of minutes and reflect on exactly why we are friends. And that's a fascinating question, because there is a bond between us. And I'd go so far to say is, that bond is almost a bit of love. And I don't mean that in a sort of man-love kind of a way. After all, we really haven't had a whole lot of FaceTime, you and I, in the 10 plus years that we've known one another. Sure, we both worked on projects at Green Cross together, and I'd like to think that the organization is a better place and we've left people better off for our presence there. I certainly admire your skills as a surgeon, and I'd like to think that you admired my skills as a people manager and perhaps my ability to lead people and inspire them under a common goal. But I don't think that that's the main reason that we have this bond. We both have this stupid-ass sense of humor that a lot of people find it hard to get their head around, and this is a classic example.
Grab my terry fold flaps.
Man, that still cracks me up, mate. But again, I don't think that that's the reason that we've got this bond between us. And that, I think, leaves this love of adventure and a desire to visit the wild places on this planet. And I think that we've both planted seeds in each other's brains from time to time on this topic specifically. I relished sharing my love of the Simpson Desert with you. And although my humble desert crossings can't compare to your achievements, crossing icy plains and your solo adventures and world-breaking adventures for that matter, I'd like to think that the appreciation that you have for the Simpson Desert and for that beautiful part of the world has been somewhat influenced by myself. And of course, on that Simpson Desert topic, you've influenced me as well. I might remind you that after our short trip together out in the desert, I vowed to cross that desert on my motorbike. And I did that, twice in fact. And although I did manage to get across on my bike the first time, I did end up with a dislocated shoulder for my troubles. So thank you for that, mate. You inspired me to get out there across that desert on my bike. My recollection of your crossing on the desert on your buggy, mate, was not entirely successful. So might I suggest that there's a little bit of unfinished business out there? Speaking of unfinished business, mate, many, many years ago you planted the seed of the Atacama Desert in my mind. And that sort of burned in the back of my brain for a very long time, until last year when my father and I hopped on a plane and flew down to Chile and Argentina and began an epic journey across the Atacama. We traversed that amazing part of the world in a two-seater Suzuki Jimny, and we took that little sucker in places that normal human beings just should not be taking those types of cars. And it was fantastic. So, mate, I thank you for that. That seed that you planted on the Atacama with me years and years ago blossomed into that amazing trip. And I had a fantastic time with my father. My recollection, too, mate, was that you were going to cross the Atacama on your buggy. Now, as far as I'm aware, that hasn't happened yet. So what's the go there? Is that big desert kind of scared you off a little bit? I'm kidding, of course, mate. So that's enough rambling, mate. Back to the original question, why are we friends and why is there this bond between us? And I think it's probably a little bit of all of those things that I've touched on. And underlying all of that is that we are kindred spirits. We both share a very deep love for the wild places on this planet. And hey, look at me here. I'm standing out in the middle of the bush on the top of a mountain behind our house, and I'm able to record this conversation with you. It just doesn't get any better than this, does it? And of course, as I'm recording this, I know that you're only half paying attention because the other half of your brain is already working on that plan for your next big adventure. We both have a desire to push ourselves outside our comfort zones. Now, your comfort zone and my comfort zone don't resemble one another at all, but the fact remains that we are both very comfortable being uncomfortable. We both have a deep respect for family and friends. And lastly, and probably most importantly, we're both not satisfied with the status quo. As I said earlier, we're comfortable in our discomfort, and we both share the very firm belief that we can be a better person tomorrow than we are today. And probably most importantly, mate, is we don't sit on our asses and we don't wait for life to happen to us. We make our own path, mate, and look out, life, because you don't want to stand in our way. So that's my summary, mate, and that's why I think we share that common bond. Please enjoy your time with your family and friends, mate. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. The zombie apocalypse is keeping me away, as I'm sure it is a lot of others. But I would like to leave you with this one final thought. You ready?
Ticket 6 man. Okay.